Now, but what if I want to say something in or a sentence in a negative with a negative meaning? So for instance, if I am not 31 years old, maybe I am 32. So I'm going to use the verb be in a negative, in a negative, or, yeah, in a negative way. So I'm going to say I, then I include the am, right? But here I'm going to use not. So I'm not 31 years old. So as simple as that. I just have to include not here, and I already have my sentence in a negative way. But what if I am talking, if I want to say any of this in a negative sentence? Okay, I just have to do the same thing, but using the correct conjugation for those pronouns. So if it is she, I'm going to say she is not hungry. Maybe she already ate, so she is not hungry. Or maybe he is short. So I want to say that he is short, but I can also say it in this way. I can say he is not tall. Okay. Uh, what if the dog, right? The dog doesn't like to play too much. So I'm going to say the dog is not playful. So very simple. So we can see that we just have to include not right after the verb be, right? The conjugation here. So I'm going to say she is not hungry. Now we're going to continue with this one. And as you can see, for we have to use are, right? We already know that. So what if I say, if there is a person, maybe Roland, maybe I don't know him, so I'm going to say we are not friends. Okay, we're not friends. Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit so it's not confusing. Okay, now what about they? If I want to say or to use these sentences in a negative statement, then I'm going to say they. Maybe Aldous and Nicole, I don't know them either. So I say they are not my friends. Maybe I don't know them. Or maybe uh, they're not studying. So if they are not studying, it means that they are not students. So I can say they are not students. Okay? Or maybe you can say if you're talking about two animals, then the same thing. We're going to use the pronoun. We can use the pronoun, or we can use their names as we see them there. So we have Tavi and Firulais. We can say, instead of saying Tavi and Firulais, if we already know that who they are, then we're going to use they. They are not my pets. Maybe they are just stray dogs. I um, I just saw them. Um, I don't know, maybe outside of my house, and I say, well, those pets, or they are not my pets. Okay, so this is how we create negative statements or negative sentences. Now, what about questions? So we're going to zoom in here. I'm going to copy the pronouns. No, I'm going to write them here again. So if I am using the verb be in a in a in a question, right? So I'm going to start. So this is the way we start. We are going to use the verb be first. Then we're going to use the pronoun, and we're going to use the rest or the rest of the sentence or the complement, right? So if we follow this structure, then we are going to have is something like this. If I'm talking about me, if I'm asking myself a question, I'm going to say, am I, right? Because first we have the verb be, then we have the pronoun I. So I say, am I late? Maybe I'm asking someone. Maybe I go to work and I don't know the time, so I say, am I late? Okay, so am I late? So first the verb be, then the pronoun, which is going to be I, and then the complement, which is late in this case. What about he, she, and it? So the same thing again. First, we start with the verb be, which in this case is going to be is, right? And then the pronoun. So we can have here he, it can be he, it can also be she, or it can be it if it is a thing or an animal. So I'm going to put this ones within parentheses because we can choose either option. Okay, it can be either one of those. And then maybe is again late. Is he late? Is she late? Or is it late? Okay, so we include the question mark always at the end of the sentence. And finally, we're going to see the last two pronouns in a question, in a question form. So we have be or they, right? So remember we start with the verb be, so I'm going to use the verb be first, which is going to be are. So are we or are they, maybe, I don't know, friends? Okay, remember it is a question mark here, not a period as the other ones. So we have are we or are they friends, right? Again, you can have either one. I'm going to do them separately. Okay, are we, well, it could be students. Are we students? Or I can also ask, are, okay, this one is with they. So are they friends? Okay, so we see. This is the correct way. Now, how do I answer those questions? If someone is asking, am I late? So if someone is asking to you, then you say yes, you are. But if you are asking to yourself, then it's going to be yes, I am. Okay? Yes, I am. Or it could be, am I student? Let me put it here. Am I a student, then the question mark, right? And the answer is going to be yes, I am. Now, what if the answer is not an affirmative statement? Then what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say no, I am not. Okay, we move this one a little bit to the bottom. And for this one, I'm going to say no. Am I a student? No, I am not. Okay. Now for this, is he late? Maybe it is your your classmate. Maybe it's your classmate, and he doesn't know what time it is, and maybe he arrived late, and is someone is saying, "Is he late?" And then you say, "Yes, he is." Or maybe he's not late, so you're going to say, "No, he is not." Okay. And the same if it is she. Is she late? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Okay. Or if it is an animal. Okay. Now it doesn't make a lot of sense if it is an animal, but well, it's grammatically correct. Okay. Then we have, are we students? Are we students? Maybe you're asking someone else, or you're asking yourselves, are we students? Okay. So we're going to say, yes, we are. But if we are not students, we're going to say, no, we are not. Okay, and the same happens with they. So are they friends? We can say no, or we can say yes. If we say yes, we are going to uh, formulate the answer like this. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. No, they are not. Okay, so far we have seen how to create or how to formulate affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and also questions using the verb be. Now let me put this, move it a little bit lower to make more room there. And we're going to move this one too, and this one. Now we're going to see contractions. So we can make those shorter, especially when we're talking. So instead of saying I am, then I can just say okay, so I'm just going to take the pronouns from here and take them here and put them here. Okay, so I have I. So instead of saying I am, then I can just say so if I say uh, I'm a doctor, let's say I'm a doctor. So that's profession. I'm a doctor. So instead of saying I am a doctor, I just say I'm a doctor. And that's the way I have to write it, to spell it. Okay, with an apostrophe. What about she?